Hello students, I am Suren Singh Jagwan in your own professional Shiksha channel with the new subject Business Communication. Today in this first lecture of Business Communication, I will tell you about the detailed introduction about business communication. Here you learn about different subjects, topics which are very helpful in your professional education. So subscribe our channel for more updates. In today's exercise, the topics will be Introduction of Business Communication, Communication Process, Nature of Communication, Importance of Communication in Businesses, Dimensions of Communications, and at last there will be assignment. For business communication, firstly we will have to understand what is communication. According to Keith Davis, the process of passing the information and understanding from one person to another. W.H. Newman and C.F. Summer Jr. defined that communication is an exchange of facts, ideas, opinions, or emotions by two or more persons. It means communication is a process which is being held between two persons, where one person is sharing his own ideas and thoughts to the second one. When we talk about business communication, it involves constant flow of information. Feedback is integral part of business communication. Organizations these days are very large. It involves number of people. There are various level of hierarchy in an organization. Greater the number of levels, the more difficult is the job of managing the organization. Communication here play a very important role in process of directing and controlling the people in the organization. Business communication is goal oriented. Thus, rules, regulations and policies of a company have to be communicated to people within and outside the organization. Business communication is regulated by rules and norms. In early times, business communication was limited to paperwork, telephone calls, etc. But now, with the advent of technology, we have cell phones, video conferencing, emails, satellite communication to support business communication. Effective business communication helps in building goodwill of an organization. In the process of communication, senders encodes a message, send it through a proper channel, then when receivers get this message, he decodes and send feedback to the sender. In this whole process, some barriers are there. Noise may be a barrier. Some others barriers are there which will be taught you later. In the communication process, sender is the first person who starts communication. Then encoding is a process in which message is coded as per sender. Then message means a code of words which is coded information needed to be shared. Then channel is a medium or carrier through which message is carried towards receiver. Then decoding is an opposite process of encoding in which receiver try to understand message as per his knowledge and experience. Then receiver is the person who takes message. Then feedback is the reverse process started by receiver as a response of message. Then noise is the barrier which can create problem in the process of communication. These all are also known as the elements of the communication. In the nature of communication, there are some features. First one is, it is a two-way process. Communication is a two-way process of understanding between two or more persons. They are sender and receiver. One person cannot communicate with himself. Second one, it is a continuous process. Exchange of ideas and opinion amongst people is an ongoing process. Continuous interactions promotes understanding and exchange of information. relevant for decision making. Third one, it is a dynamic process. It is a dynamic process because it changes in different situations. Communication between sender and receivers take place different forms and medium depending upon their moods and behavior and situations. Fourth one, communication is pervasive. Communication is a pervasive activities. It takes place at all level, top, middle, and low, in all functional areas like production, finance, personal management, or sales of a business organization. So it flows in all the areas of the business. In communication, there is exchange. Exchange of what? Communication involves exchange of ideas and opinions. People interact and develop understanding for each other through exchange of opinion, ideas, and experiences. Next, it is in the form of verbal and non-verbal both. In verbal communication, words are used, and in non-verbal communications, gestures, facial expressions, sounds, signs, and symbols are used. It is interdisciplinary in nature. Communication is the art of how communicators use knowledge of different fields. So, as per the business organization, it is flowed through finance to marketing, marketing to HR, HR to other departments. So we can say it is interdisciplinary in nature. In business organizations, communication is goal oriented. Goal oriented means unless the receiver and sender know the purpose they intended to achieve through communication, it has little practicality. So it is goal oriented in business communications. In the importance of the communication, first one is it is used for instructions. Instructions are generally guidelines to perform any task. So communication is used to instruct any guidelines to the employees. In the integration function of communication, it mainly involves to bring about interrelationship among the various functions of the business organization. It helps in unifunction of different management functions. It means that it integrate all the management departments in a one. Communication is used to give information related to day-to-day work, procedures, policies, and tasks to the employees. Evaluation is the process of checking the result of any performance. So through communication, the manager can evaluate the performance of the employees and give them the results. Communication can be used for the direction. It means how to perform any task. In this, the manager can say to their employees that what to do and what not to do. So for directions, the manager is required communication. Teaching is a process of making someone learn. If you want your employees to learn something, so you will have to teach them. So communication can be used to teach the employees of any organization. These teaching methodologies generally used very much in training programs. People are generally influenced by non-verbal communication also, because what you say they generally understand, but what you don't say and you perform, that influence the people very much. So non-verbal communication is very much required to influence people. Communication is very much used for image building. Nowadays, so many advertisements are being done by the companies about social working to build up their image in this society. So many countries are also working in this form to show the world that they are the better country, and some they are special in these areas. In employees orientation, you tell your employees that how your company works, what your company is, and how work is done in your companies, what are your policies and procedures, and what is your goodwill in the organization. So these all are done through communications. In the last topic, the dimensions of the communication, first dimension is downward. Downward means the communication is flow from top to down, and top to down means the managers to subordinate. And what can be communicated through this way? They are orders. Orders are always goes from top to down. Then second form is upward. Upwards mean bottom to top. So employees can send reports to their top management. Then third one is horizontal. Horizontal means departmental. It means both are at the same level. And nowadays, where all the departments are integrated, like marketing, HR, finance, and production, they will have to work together for betterment of the organization. So in this way, they have to communicate with one another. So they can talk with one another through horizontal communication. In the diagonal communication, one department's bottom level employee can be asked by the another department top level executive. So take an example like HR persons require the information about the marketing executives. So that is the form of diagonal communication. Grapevine communication is in the form of a grapevine where no one knows that where it will be spread out. Rumors in any organizations are flown in the form of grapevine communication. No one knows where it will go. It means it may go from top to bottoms, bottom to bottom, and diagonal, horizontal, anyway. It may go to any way in the organization. It is spreaded very fastly. No one know where it will be ended. So rumors are the best examples of grapevine communication. That was all in this lecture. Now in the assignment, prepare the notes for better understanding. Make some new examples as per your environment, what you have seen about communication around you. If you learned through this video, then kindly like, comment and subscribe our channel. Now we will meet you in next video. Till then, keep learning. Thank you. Have a nice day.